In the headlines, we show you more videos and pictures on how the opening of the spill gates of the Wager Dam has caused flooding and destruction of property in the Wager area. A third accused person is in court in relation to the Mankessim murder case. Operation Clean Your Frontage clears illegal structures in Accra. And newfound lovers and social media sensations, Dr. Kwame Fordjour and Joyce Dzidzor paid us a visit at the Graphic Online Graphic Showbiz newsroom today. Welcome to Graphic Online's News in Brief. The recent rains throughout the country and the opening of the spill gates for the Bagre Dam in Burkina Faso have caused considerable havoc to some water treatment plants in the country. In the Middle Belt, the continuous rains, especially in the eastern region, has contributed to the increase in the water level in the Wager Dam in Greater Accra. The dam is currently at a level of 49.5 feet, as against the maximum operating level of 48 feet. Spillage normally begins when the level gets to 46.5 feet. As a result, 4 spill gates have been opened to safeguard the integrity of the dam, save the dam from collapse, and save lives and properties.
The continuous rains in the country and especially in the eastern region in the last weeks has contributed to the rise of the water level in the Wager Dam. The opening of the 4 spill gates of the dam has caused flooding of surrounding communities, destroying property and displacing hundreds of residents. Affected residents have been counting their losses. Meanwhile, the Ghana Water Company Limited has explained that it had to spill the water not only from the Wager Dam, but from a number of dams across the country to prevent considerable havoc to some water treatment plants. The management of the company has assured that despite the challenges, it is in control and have put in measures to ameliorate the situation to minimize the impact on consumers. When Graphic Online visited the Wager area on Tuesday, hundreds of houses around had been flooded, leaving many residents displaced. The flooding has also led to the destruction of properties running in millions of Ghana cedis. They include furniture, bags, home appliances, uncompleted structures, documents, and other personal effects. The areas affected include Tetegu, New Wager, SCC, Taptop, Sampa Valley, parts of Top Town, and American Farm at English Yamanfru. Most of the affected places, including the Wager Dam site, virtually became tourist attractions as people trooped there to catch a glimpse of the situation after hearing of the flooding. During a visit to some of the affected areas, where houses and vehicles were seen submerged in flood waters, residents, especially those affected, were seen gathered in groups discussing the issue. Others were wading their way through the flood water to salvage some of their property from their homes. Some fishermen also took advantage of the situation to cash in by charging residents 10 Ghana cedis to help them retrieve some of their property. The unit committee member for Wager, Elder Mponsan Apau, said having lived at Wager for over 20 years, he has never seen anything like that before. For him, there was nothing that could be done about the situation now, and that his own house had been flooded. When contacted, the Wager Gbawe Municipal NADMO coordinator, Edubuahe, said the organization between Monday and Tuesday had been able to rescue over 25 persons who got stranded from their homes. He said the municipal and regional organization had gone round to assess the situation and it was dire. Together with support from the regional NADMO, we are at the estuary to open it to pave way for the water to flow. The situation is terrible and we are working on it.
In the eastern region, water supply to Achimota, Akwetia, Kade, and surrounding communities have been curtailed because of the shutdown of the Achimota treatment plant due to the flooding of the pump house at the intake point. The flooding has also caused damage to some equipment such as electronic control panels and pumps at the water treatment facility.
Residents of Fordjour, also in the eastern region, are currently experiencing low pressure in some areas of the metropolis due to flooding of the plant at Densuano, and this has affected the equipment in the plant. It is pertinent to note that there are similar situations occurring at Daboasi in the western region, Winneba and Kwanyako in the central region, and other areas. Management of the Ghana Water Company has said its engineers are on top of the situation and doing everything possible to forestall further eventualities. The Lambusi treatment plant sited at the banks of the Black Volta at the boundary between Ghana and Burkina Faso, and the level of the water has also risen to a level of 13.8 feet as against the maximum operating level of 13.0 feet. The high level of the river, coupled with run water from the rains, caused the flooding of the pump house at the intake, and production had to be curtailed at that point. There is a similar situation at Daloun as the Nawuni River, where the water is abstracted at Daloun and treated for the people of Tamale. 2 transformers that feed the treatment plant got damaged and power to the plant was curtailed. Due to the challenges, production has reduced, and engineers from Northern Electricity Distribution Company are assisting GWCL to have it solved.
Away from the floods and to the Mankessim murder case, the prosecution has amended the docket and added a 3rd accused person said to have dug the shallow grave for the secret burial of the victim. Jonathan Obeng, a 26-year-old mason, was arrested on September 28th by the police for his alleged role in the concealment of the said crime. He was arraigned at the Cape Coast District Court today.
Our Central Regional Correspondent Shelley Eduardo reports from the Cape Coast District Court that the 3rd accused person, Jonathan Obeng, is an in-law to Christopher Clark Kwanzaa, the Tufuhine of Ekumfi Akwakrom. The prosecutor, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Daniel Gazo, told the court that Obeng was contracted by Kwanzaa to dig the grave in which the deceased Georgina Asoboche was buried. Together with the self-styled pastor, Michael Dakon, their plea have still not been taken by the Cape Coast District Court as the police is still investigating. The case has been adjourned to October 18th. Dozens of people gathered around the court complex to catch a glimpse of the accused persons as they entered vehicles back to police custody.
From Mankessim, we bring you to Accra, where the Operation Clean Your Frontage team was at work today.
Led by the Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Quartey, the team visited Circle, Kaneshi, Abosiokai, Aveno, and Achimota. Illegal structures were removed. The operation coincided with another exercise where the Ghana Immigration Service picked up stranded immigrants at Achimota Abofu in the Okankois North constituency. The immigrants, numbering about 50, were picked up following a tip-off by residents in the area. The GIS team transported the immigrants to the head office for the necessary proceedings would take place. The immigrants, made up of women, young and old, children and men, said they were on their way to Ivory Coast but were left stranded in Ghana by their agent. Operation Clean Your Frontage is a sanitation initiative to rid the Greater Accra region of filth and green portions of the environment to enhance its aesthetic beauty and improve health, started last year.
And before we go, we had a surprise visit in the Graphic Online Graphic Showbiz office today by Dr. Kwame Fordjour and his newfound love, Joyce Dzidzor Mensah. The 2 social media sensations told us about their newfound love and other issues.
We know how Ghanaians operate, so we are prepared. We know what to say and what not to say, what to keep to ourselves and what to let the public know. So for details about where we met, when we started dating there, we want to keep
investigative. I met my partner, my soulmate. And I feel when families unite on this, behind us, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
The understanding has been established.
Newly married couples do fight from the beginning because now you are living together. When you are dating and then your girlfriend comes to visit you and goes home, it's different. But when you live together, it's also a different thing altogether. Now you have nothing to hide. You are seeing the real person, so you have to cope with the good and the bad side of the person. But when the bad side comes, then you cannot cope with it. Then you can't continue with the marriage. Initially, I almost gave up the first week of marriage. But people said to me, oh, Joyce, marriage is a long-term thing, so don't give up. A lot of negative things. two scammers who brought them together, two mad. Oh, the one word that is so annoying is when they use the word mad. Two mad people in love. Hey, then their home will be interesting. A lot of comment. Like my first time, my issues always pop up, but this particular marriage, the comments I have seen on social media is overwhelming, and they are just laughing at us as if we are comedians. I don't understand why people are in love and you are laughing.
News in Brief is brought to you by Graphic News Plus.
Download your Graphic News Plus now and choose your preferred package daily, weekly, monthly, and annually, and access free news on various interest areas as well. Visit us on graphic.com.gh for further information. Graphic News Plus, connecting people through news.
Thank you for watching. For more news, please visit our website graphic.com.gh or follow us on Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube and Twitter at GraphicGH. I am Enoch Dafa Frimpong.
Subscribe now.